Hey, what's up, YouTube? Mean Green 5.2 here. Just want to give you guys some updates on my 97 SST. I've done quite a few parts replacements and updates to my truck. In the interior, I replaced a few components. Suspension-wise, I also did some rebuilding and a modification on the rear end there, on the rear axle, to support more weight and eliminate hitting the bump stops. Anyway, I'll explain it to you in the video. Let's get to it. I know the lighting quality sucks, and I gotta put LEDs in here. Sorry about that, guys. So let me explain to you what I did in here. Replace the entire dash bezel, steering wheel, dash harness, heater core. What else did I do? I added a Android Auto Apple CarPlay head unit that has phone mirroring capabilities, Waze, what else? Google GPS, Bluetooth, Spotify, Facebook, rear view camera. It basically does the same thing newer head units on all these new vehicles do. Makes the truck feel like a new vehicle with that in there. This head unit was only 60 bucks on eBay, believe it or not. Let me get the box so you guys can see what brand it is. I couldn't find the box, but I'll post a link in the description for the for that head unit. Another mod I did was the 4th gen center console with flip up lower seat cushion. This flips up. Sorry, my truck is dirty. I got all these parts from a local scrapyard. I haven't cleaned them yet, even though it's been like 6 months since I've installed all this. I gotta get to cleaning this damn thing. Seat cushions have been replaced, both sides. Carpet has been pressure washed. Headliner, I also installed the overhead compass computer with temperature. That is wired through your driver's side pillar, and it tucks up under the dash. It is plug in and play if your truck has the connector up front for the temperature sensor. If it does not have that temperature sensor plug in the front, it's not plug-in and play. You have to replace the harness up in the front, basically the fuse box harness. I want to say most of these 96, 97 have that plug up front. Some of them don't. I don't know why. It's just differences in supply back in the day. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the interior. On the exterior, Mopar ground effects kit made the truck look very sporty, looks lower. I've had the bed portions in my attic for a while. Those came off of a emerald green SST. My buddy totaled his truck, and he sold me the bed portions. Those cap steps came off of a truck in Kingman that a guy was parting out. I got lucky on those and picked them up on the way home from a road trip. Slapped all that on. Made the truck look good. I also installed a Gem Top GT low profile bed cover. Of course, right now there's a lot of crap on it. I haven't driven my truck in like 2 weeks, and stuff just piles on here. But this is a solid sheet of aluminum. Holds a lot of weight, secures your bed, and it's very lightweight. It weighs probably 50 pounds, if that. Excellent quality Gem Top GT bed cover. They are no longer produced. If you find one, I suggest you buy it. Slap it on your truck. You could also put stuff on top of it and still use your factory stake holes to tie it down. tie whatever on top of it. So what you're looking at here is a Super Springs SSA3 or SSA5. I forget the part number. Add-a leaf, okay? It bolts on top of your stock leaf pack with these U-bolts. What that does is it increases your load capacity. I forget how much weight it adds. Always follow your vehicle's factory load capacity rating. You got to be careful with this stuff, okay? Don't overload your vehicle. You could hurt yourself or hurt somebody else on the road. I don't use this truck to haul anything. It's just a daily driver toy. It does not affect ride quality. All right. My truck is on a 2.4, 4 in the back, 2 in the front, Beltec drop. Reason I slapped those on, I want to keep the ass end off of the bunt stops going over bumps. Again, it doesn't decrease the ride quality whatsoever. So it's a progressive spring. And what I mean by that is, as the truck goes over a bump, that's when it gets stiffer. All right. Only then. Besides that, if you're just driving down the highway and you can't feel the difference, to be honest with you. I don't know if that makes sense. I'll show you how it works with this little illustration I made. So this right here would be your axle, okay? Let's say your rear suspension compresses. Okay, obviously this whole leaf pack wants to go up, right? So that there's a bracket there that centers the add-a leaf, which is this right here, to the rest of your leaf pack. That suspension weight compression goes into the add-a leaf, all right? And that weight goes out to the add-a leaf, through the add-a leaf, to the outer portion of your leaf pack. This add-a leaf actually bends out and up, all right? So it makes it like a U shape, but the opposite way, all right? And that weight is distributed to your shackle and to your hanger, increasing the load capacity. Again, when you're not loaded down, it doesn't really decrease the ride quality because there's no tension on the add-a leaf, all right? It only goes under tension when there's like a severe bump or weight on the stock leaf pack. That's when this does what it's supposed to do. Under the hood, I've replaced the alternator, the wiring that goes to the alternator from the fuse box. Battery cables have been replaced. What else have I replaced? I did a 52mm throttle body. I also replaced all the sensors on the throttle body. What else did I do? Cam and crank sensor, oxygen sensors, headers. I replaced them with stage 8 locking bolts and Fel-Pro gaskets. There's no leaks on this thing anywhere. Those stage 8 bolts, I swear by them. I use them on all my trucks. I got 3 second gens. As you know, some of these header bolts like to loosen up. And how these work is, if the bolt wants to loosen up, this tab sits up against the header tube itself and won't allow it to turn any further. If you want to remove the headers one day, all you got to do is take this E-clip off. You pull that out, loosen up the bolt. This tab comes off, and that's pretty much it. Under here, what else did I replace? I did the entire cooling system, timing cover gasket, water pump, radiator, fan clutch. I put a 180 thermostat in there. I also did the temperature sensor and temperature sending unit. Always go OEM on those sensors. They do mess with your air fuel air ratio. You want to be careful when going aftermarket on those, because they could make your truck run, shitty, like use more gas or whatever. Accumulator's been replaced. All the AC lines have been replaced. Hard lines are factory. The condenser is factory. I did put a new orifice tube in there. Everything's running 100% on the AC. I also did a fuel pump. On this front end, I will be going with a sport front end from a 99 and up. I have the parts already, which includes the grill and the bumper. It should be all bolt in. The only thing I have to do is rewire the fog lights. So that's that. On the front suspension, new bushings, new ball joints, idler arm and pitman arm have been replaced. Sway bar end links. The only thing I'm waiting for is my tie rod end links right here. I did rebuild a used set of original factory arms. I don't like using aftermarket control arms. They do feel a lot flimsier than the originals. To replace these bushings, you do need a press. If you have the proper equipment, it's very easy. I think I spent a total of like $60 rebuilding these arms versus spending like $250 on Rock Auto replacing the entire set. Rebuilding, there's no problem with them. It's more labor intensive, but it saves money. And on a budget build like this, you got to save where you can. If anybody knows where this dash bezel came from, let me know in the comments. Hint, hint. It's a red SST. You see that right there? You see that beautiful thing right there? That is a Mopar M1 intake manifold. You guys, as a lot of you second gen guys know, these trucks have a defect on something called the plenum gasket. All right, on the factory intake, there's a plate. This would be the plenum plate, and it bolts onto your factory intake. Your factory intake looks nothing like this. The factory intake looks like a beer keg, kinda, and it has a plate on the bottom with a gasket. That gasket likes to blow out. And what happens is it starts sucking in oil through the gasket, and it causes detonation in your engine, carbon deposits, just a severe loss of performance. This eliminates that, and as well as gives it like 20 horsepower and 25 foot-pounds of torque over stock. Reason I'm using this intake is because I want to go back to installing my Kenny Bell supercharger. And this intake doesn't have that problem on the bottom. It has a more direct path, airflow into the heads. Just a better design performance intake manifold. This is the 2-barrel version. There is a 4-barrel carburetor version that uses an adapter. It rises a little bit higher. That other one has a gasket. I don't want to have any possible leaks at any of these gasket junctions, especially under boost. You don't want to blow your engine. Any vacuum leaks or air leaks into the intake manifold could cause severe engine damage, and that's something you don't want. So until I get my supercharger parts that I need to be able to put it back on, I will be running this Mopar Performance PCM. This does require 93 octane fuel. I ran this computer on my 96. and holy crap, did it wake up the truck. This and the intake, I want to say 20 or 35 horsepower over stock, 40 foot-pounds of torque on a good day. You know, very well worth it. These are all parts I've had sitting around. You know, I just swap them from truck to truck sometimes if I want to, you know, have fun. But yeah, this and this will be going on my SST. And eventually I'll probably do a video on that as well. Well, guys, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Watch the previous videos if you haven't done so already. You'll get the story on why I'm having to do what I'm doing to the truck. Or why I did what I... Damn it. Why I'm doing what I'm doing to the truck. There was an engine fire. Watch my previous videos. Obviously, this is part of the rebuilding process. Anyway, if anybody knows where I could get a bypass valve for a Kenny Bell supercharger and the injector harness for the Kenny Bell supercharger, please let me know in the comments. I would greatly appreciate that. I'll be posting hopefully more videos from here on out. Sorry guys, I have been busy working. Anyway, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. I'll see you guys.